Welcome back, friends. With the war against Iran underway, financial markets are whipping around like crazy. It was nuts yesterday on Wall Street. How could this conflict impact our wallets, and what should we do to protect ourselves? CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is on top of it, and she is here to discuss. And we're going to start with oil, which has jumped over the past few days. When are we going to see that at the pump? Although I will say, I've already seen prices go up here locally at the pump. So where are we?
Yeah, already about 10, 12 cents a gallon. Half the cost of a gallon of gas is based on the price of oil. I think we are likely to see a larger impact in a matter of weeks. This, of course, presumes that the fighting persists and even spreads. Look for another 30 to 40 cent increase in a gallon. That would mean nationally, the average would be about $3.50 a gallon. At the top of 2022, after Russia invaded Ukraine, we got up above $5 a gallon. So we're not there yet. But again, this is fluid. You should be prepared to pay more at the pump.
Well, and you talked about a lot of this has to do with how long this conflict may last. What action should people take right now to prepare in case we're in for the longer haul?
I think the best bet is always to focus on what you can control. I've got this handy dandy panic protection plan that I always pull out when there's some anxiety in the universe. It's basically starts with three big pieces of financial recommendations. One is that you want to make sure you've got 6 to 12 months of living expenses in an emergency reserve fund. If you're short on that cash account, maybe you kind of pull back on some of your spending or even temporarily reduce some of your retirement or college planning contributions. Just want to build that up. Once you get that built up, you're going to really super focus on paying down outstanding high interest consumer loans. That could be credit card balances, that could be an auto loan, a student loan. And if 1 and 2 are all set, then max out those retirement contributions to the best of your ability. I think that is one of the best proactive ways to really take care of yourself.
Good thinking. All right, so I was playing golf with a guy yesterday, and he said his financial guy called him and he said, hey, things are popping on the market. You want to make some moves and protect yourself or do some things? And he said, no, I don't. He said, because I look back, I remember when I got in the market, the Dow Jones was at 8,000 or something. He goes, down the road, and I have a feeling you're along the same lines. You're thinking, hold steady. Don't make any rash moves.
Yeah, I've got some advice for your golf buddy. Fire the advisor. That is the most insane piece of advice I've heard. So number one is taking no action. That is an action in and of itself. You're a long-term investor. You are not saving for tomorrow or next week or next month. You are looking at years, decades in the future. And for those of you who are feeling like you want to pull back on the retirement plan contributions, absolutely not. Right now, the money that's coming out of your paycheck automatically, that is amazing. You are purchasing shares at a hefty discount to the levels that we've seen over the last few weeks and months. So keep your head down, stick to your game plan, be like your golf buddy, fire your advisor, get one that's better, and just stick to your game plan.
All right. Thank you, Jill. Always good sage advice. You can see Jill regularly on CBS Mornings and the CBS Evening News. For more analysis, you should go to JillOnMoney.com.